Five.
Two, three, four.
Wow. Alison Brown. Oh, I tell you, it's so great to be here together with you.
I know.
Yeah,
It was
this
the
is
last
like
time we were somehow jamming before there was even StreamYard. I don't know how we did it on Zoom
Yeah.
back in 2020. Yeah.
I have to tell you that you are one of the people that I have really admired over the years.
Oh,
Yeah, so
really
I mean,
appreciate
for
that,
many
Mary.
reasons. I mean, as a person as well as a musician.
Thank you.
Just your gentle spirit and
that means a
just
lot.
the quality with which you do everything.
Oh, that's really sweet of you to say. I mean, we're definitely kindred spirits because there aren't very many women who are trying to carve a path as predominantly as instrumentalists, and so I've always felt a great affinity for what you do too,
Oh, well,
Muriel.
thank
So
you.
it's great to get to do it live and in person.
Wow.
Well, for us, it's live and in person, and for everybody out in Radio Land, it's virtual, but it's still good.
Yeah. And that was time after time, right?
Mm.
And it's interesting what you did with it. I mean, moving to the key of E flat in there, and just going some different directions with it.
Mm-hmm.
What gave you the idea to take that and do a banjo arrangement of it?
Oh, it's a funny thing because I've always loved the tune, and I heard Jake Shimabukuro do a beautiful arrangement of it for ukulele. Of course,
Oh,
everything he
yes.
touches is beautiful,
Oh,
but
yeah.
when I started to play it on the banjo, it's all out of a C position and it just lays right.
Yeah.
It's almost like someone wrote it on the banjo.
Uh-huh.
So it was just really kind of natural to play it on the banjo, but then I felt like it needed to have just a little bit of a twist. So it wasn't just like a straight cover of, Cyndi Lauper's song.
Yeah, I mean, it's just some really interesting chords and voices that you put in there. Some unexpected changes in there.
Yeah, they were unexpected today too, weren't they?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Right.
But thank you for playing them with me. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And well, let's see. We've got some greetings coming in, so hello to everyone out there. And
I'm gonna follow us live on my phone. I
oh
can figure
yes,
out, like, where.
so we can just. Oh yeah, you
there?
can.
Oh, there we go.
There we are. Here we are. So you can.
Okay, so
We
I
can
don't know
give
if
our
it's gonna
greetings-
make my phone
Greetings
explode.
live. So we see John.
Okay, and
Yeah, I'm
there's
going
our-
to see John
there's
Wise
our
actually
comments.
pretty soon.
Move the coffee cup.
Move the coffee cup. Oh, thank you. Just a minute.
Have a sip and then move the coffee cup.
Yes.
Can't see your fingers, Muriel.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's why I couldn't see my fingers either.
yeah,
Okay.
and that explains everything.
Yeah. Well, let's see. What tune would we like to do? Actually, there's a tune that that I wrote. Thinking about a banjo-like sound on it, but it was one that I had in a dream altogether. So this is called
The
Sailing Dream. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Let me grab my trusty shillelagh over here.
oh, okay. But in the dream, it wasn't a banjo playing it, but it was a guitar with a banjo-like pattern to it in
No
the
way,
dream.
really?
Yeah, really. And I have not been able to find the sound. I mean, I tried to play a pattern with it. I recorded it again. I recorded it a third time, and couldn't really find the sound.
Uh-huh.
And so I've been trying to reconstruct this dream, and the dream was complete with harmonies, lyrics, 2 guitars, bass, and drums.
Wow.
Yeah, and the voice was somebody like Susie Bogus,
Mm-hmm.
and she is recording it now. She says she's
Really?
Yes. So it's
That's
gonna be,
fantastic.
yeah,
Congratulations.
It's gonna be, thanks. It's going to be
That's
exciting.
fantastic.
So I am curious to hear how it will sound with this instrument. So that's an unusual looking banjo.
Yeah, it's called a banjola, and it's basically it's tuned just like a banjo, but it's an all wood body, so it sounds somewhere like, maybe it sounds like what you heard in your dream, but it's a little bit of a cross between like a guitar but you play it with banjo technique.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. See if we can recreate your dream.
Yeah, maybe.
So this was made by a builder in the Denver area. His name is Edward Dick.
I've never seen one like that.
Yeah, it's pretty unique. And I've had a chance to record with it some. I recorded a version of I'll Never Fall in Love Again with Colin Hay on my last record using this instrument. So yes, it's made its appearances.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'll take it 1, 2, 3, 4. to sail the world again, feel the wind across the waves and live from day to day, where life is not predictable, wondering what is round the very next bay. I'd like to raise the sails again, watching for the whales again, and never have to say, I wish that I had done the things that I can't do when I'm too old to play. To breathe again, love again, laugh again, laugh again in real life. To stay alive throughout the tides, worst of times, best of times, follow right behind. The mainsail is unfurled again, to be part of this world again on my tide. I'd like to pull the anchor in, sail to where I've never been, with sunset on our lee. Awaken to the sparkles on the water, then I'm feeling free. To jibe again, tack again, I am now back again in real life. I'd like to sail the world again, feel the wind across the waves and live from day to day, where life is not predictable, wondering what is round the very next bay. I'd like to raise the sails again, watching for the waves again, and never have to say, I wish that I had done the things that I can't do when I'm too old to play. I'd like to sail the world again. I'd like to sail the world again.
Nice.
Allison, you've just got yourself a job
I
here.
got myself a
I
job.
have to go hire you to play on my recording.
I would be honored.
You know, because I've been thinking, you know, it's got that like banjo-like quality to it, but it's not a banjo. In fact, if it were a banjo, it'd be a little too close to Gentle on My Mind.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It does have that Gentle on My Mind thing, but
Feel-
it's, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the lightness of this instrument, though, for that. So I would
Yeah.
be honored to play.
Well,
Yeah,
Great.
anytime.
All right. You're committed now.
All right.
It's-
I got a job.
That's right. Well, it's you're not at a loss for a job these days.
Well, I mean, I've got a few balls in the air.
Oh, few balls in the air. Wow. I mean, you've got a new album coming out. Is that right?
Yeah, coming out in May.
Mm-hmm.
Been working on it since a little bit before the pandemic, and it's all instrumental banjo record. I was going to call it Sorry Not Sorry, but I decided to call it On Banjo instead.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, has some interesting collaborations. Actually, somebody that you might know, Sharon Isbin.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
Sharon.
I wrote a tune for Sharon that we recorded together. And Anat Cohen, Sierra Hall, Steve Martin, Stuart Duncan, and the guys in my quartet too. So it's a little bit all over the map. Kronos Quartet, we did a tune together.
Well,
So
cool.
yeah, it's a banjo adventure.
Yeah. Well, so people just get that on Compass Records?
Yeah, they can get it in physical form or digital form. Yeah, all the DSPs or digital service providers, and then through Compass Records and any retailers that remain.
Yeah. Well, I've been wondering, like, why and how did you start a record label? I mean, Compass Records has been going quite a while. I mean,
Right, 30 years ago, this month, next month. Yeah, we can hardly believe it. Why and how? Why? Because we felt that as artists, it made a lot of sense for artists to run a record label, and it was at a time when there weren't a lot of DIY labels yet, do-it-yourself labels.
Yeah.
So most of the labels were run by corporate executives like Vanguard, which is the label I was signed to. But we thought as artists we would bring kind of a unique spin to the process of like putting out music, finding artists, and especially understanding like the artist challenges, because we were out touring ourselves as artists. So that was the why, and the how was, you know, literally with a napkin sketch at the dining room table. We just kind of started with a business plan and found an angel investor, and we launched the company 30 years ago.
Yeah, it's done very well.
Well, we're still here, and I
Yeah.
can't think of an industry that's changed as much because of the digital revolution as the record business. So it's been a challenge. I mean, we started in the days of regional distribution for physical product, and here we are in the days of, you know, we have to exist in the physical and digital space simultaneously. So we put records out on CD and vinyl, but then we're also on streaming and download platforms. And so there's been such a fragmentation, not only of the way music is sold and consumed, but also in the way the message about music is dispersed out into the ether, like this.
Right.
know?
Yeah.
So it's like just radically changed. But
Yeah, I was wondering, what are you doing as a record label? So you are still putting out physical records, physical CDs?
right, I mean,
Yeah,
we
which
find
is
the
great.
demographic for, you know, kind of acoustic rooted music, a lot of people still do consume. I hate that word. They listen to music on plastic still. I mean, CDs and vinyl. But then they also stream, and then they also download. So we have to be in all places at once.
Yeah. Well, that takes quite a bit of organization.
It does.
Yes. And you and your husband run this together?
Yeah, Gary West and I, we started this, together. And we've got a very diligent team working with us.
Yeah. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
For what
Yeah,
you're
it's
doing.
a lot of bases to cover. It used to be like one product, you know, and then, you know, 5 tastemakers or whatever. And now it's like, you know, each record kind of it turns into multiple products, and then it needs to be kind of shouted out into so many different corners to reach the audience. It's a challenge, but we're up for it.
Oh, well, good. What would you like to play?
Well, what was on our list?
Let's see, there's the one that you wrote,
Let's do
Return to Pelican
Return
Bay.
to Pelican Bay.
And how did you come up with that title?
Excellent question. Well,
Pelican Bay has to be a place.
let me grab my 5-banger here. So this tune melodically has a little bit of striking resemblance to the tune St. Thomas, the old jazz tune. So we kind of decided that since it did, we would maybe allude to St. Thomas a little bit by naming the tune Pelican Bay, which is a place on the island of St. Thomas. So it's kind of our way of saying, yeah, we know.
Well,
It is a little like that.
Actually, this ties in very well with the tune we just played, Sailing Dreams, because that was about our sailing trip that I took with Brian. And this year he took his sailboat and headed off to St. Thomas,
Okay.
but never got there.
Right.
Yes, the winds said otherwise,
Mhm.
and they set him in a different direction, and he ended up in the Bahamas.
Okay.
And just as of today, there's a new episode of acoustic sailing out. So after this, go to the acoustic sailing YouTube channel, and we'll both see what he's up to. And I think he.
Sounds exciting. I'm
Yeah.
glad he found land.
I am too. Yes,
And not the
There-
Bermuda Triangle.
that's right. There was some days that we were wondering.
I bet.
Yeah.
Well, this is one that I recorded, I think, on my second record. And I re-recorded it in a more jazz way with my quartet, maybe 10 or 15 years ago. So it's fun to play this because I haven't played it in 10 or 15 years. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay. love your writing. I
Oh.
love the way you write. It's just
Thank you.
know. And your playing is elegant. You know,
Oh,
it's
thank you very
a
much.
different style than you hear most banjo players play. You know.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of banjo players tend to prescribe to the bank robberies and car chase repertoire. But I like to try to find the more lyrical side of the instrument.
Yeah.
So thank you. I
No,
appreciate
definitely. Well, it's definitely a sailing dream kind of a vibe.
that. Awesome.
Yes.
I'll go for that.
Yeah.
I'll get on that boat. That sounds great.
Wow, terrific. Well, let's see. I haven't taken time to, say more greetings and answer some more questions. But we did have somebody ask about, did you major in banjo performance?
No, I did get my master's in banjo administration though, but I was a
Banjo administration.
I was a history and literature major in college, and then went to
Wow.
business school and got an MBA in finance. But I always loved the banjo, and I started playing probably about the same age you did. I started when I was about 10 playing banjo.
Yeah.
Is that when you started guitar? 8?
It was 8, yeah.
I was 8 when I started guitar too.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's getting to be a long time ago. But yeah, so I've always loved banjo, but I never really could imagine that you could make a living playing banjo.
Yeah.
So
So in your studies and what you ended up doing, did you find a lot of parallels between finance and banjo?
well, there was a lot of parallels between starting Compass Records and finance. So
Oh,
I
yes.
was very grateful for that training, for
I
sure.
see.
And
about
it's
that.
amazing to actually get to, play music and help other people pursue their musical dreams too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've had just some great musicians on your label. You just told me that Michael Cleveland is now recording with you. And
Yeah.
he's just one of my favorite fiddle players.
Right, he's amazing. Yeah, we've done the last 4, I think this is our 4th record with Michael. And of course, his previous record, Tall Fiddler, got a Grammy in 2019 or 2020, so it was 2020. So that was exciting,
Yeah.
and his brand new record just came
Right.
out this month.
You've had a number of Grammys on your label.
Yeah, well, we've got a good handful at this point, I think.
Terrific, terrific.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Michael Cleveland, he plays on my cookbook. I'm going to give you a copy. Yeah, so there's one that's called the roots vegetable medley. So I did a roots medley on there with
Awesome.
Michael Cleveland on it.
Thank you so
And,
much.
so-
Does everybody know this book?
They know this book. They've seen it.
Okay.
They've seen it
I
on here.
haven't seen this yet. This is
But-
beautiful.
Oh, thank
Muriel.
you. Brian did all the artwork for it.
Man, I can't
My
wait to get into
significant
this.
other, and I'll point out some of our favorite recipes
Okay. This
that are easy
this
to
is
make.
already one of my favorite things is baklava.
Oh yeah.
Yum, fantastic. Since the pandemic started, we've rarely eaten out, and I feel like I lost count, but I've probably made 796 dinners in a row. So this will be great to have some new inspiration.
Oh, wow.
Wonderful. This is gorgeous. Congratulations.
Oh, well, thank you. And I also wanted to give you, these are some seeds from my garden, and these came from I call them Joseph flowers, because our friend Joseph in Germany grew them and then sent them to us quite illegally. So these are contraband seeds.
It looks like
Yes.
contraband.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Danger,
Okay,
danger.
danger,
Right,
danger,
yeah, right.
I'm hiding them. Stick
All
them in the
right.
cookbook. Thank you for these
Well,
gifts.
No,
so
you're
thoughtful
welcome.
of you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, does that let's do another tune. Does that
Yeah.
inspire you to
Absolutely.
another
what-
melody?
What would you like to do?
Can you do a lullaby for Leo?
Yes, and that was also
Yeah.
on the old banjo.
I just went to the guitar show yesterday, the vintage guitar show in Nashville.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they had some really interesting instruments, but I didn't see anything like this. They had a green string bass that I was like this close to buying.
Really, like an
except
upright bass?
Upright bass. It was just beautiful, but I just really don't have space in my house for
Yeah, or on
an
a boat,
instrument of
for
that
sure.
size, or on the boat for that matter.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll tell you, Brian, I have something for the boat for you. It's an upright bass.
there's good
Yeah.
news and bad news.
Right. And we'll respond to some of your text here after a little bit. This is a tune that, after I wrote it, I did not play it in public for a while because it was too personal. And so this was about a friendship, and it's, and I said, well, if I play this, then people will know too much into my heart about how much friendships mean to me. And so it was, and then finally I decided, yeah, I guess I can share this. It doesn't reveal too much of my soul.
It's interesting because people think that instrumental music is just, is too abstract.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's interesting that you would feel that way.
Yeah, I feel that an instrumental piece would
Yeah.
be giving away too much of who I am.
Yeah, that's
You know?
I love that. I can completely see it.
You can.
So I will try not to mess it up here.
1, 2.
beautiful.
Whole different feel and a dimension when you add that.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful
it's
too.
lovely. It's lovely. Works so
Yay.
well with that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
see a
it's-
banjola in your future, Muriel.
Banjola. Oh no. Yeah, that's right.
Could happen.
Yeah. I have to confess, I did buy a guitar yesterday.
Mhm.
Only one. I only bought one guitar.
Mhm.
One guitar and one pedal. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so that's better than usual.
That shows a lot of restraint.
Yeah,
Is it a steel string guitar?
A steel string. It was a blue guitar.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. You're
so-
into the colored
Yeah,
instruments.
yeah, I guess. So, I had to get it. It was a blue guitar,
Mhm. That sounds
And
beautiful.
yeah, and I gave away some gear to the Guitars for Vets. That's a wonderful program.
Ah.
Yeah, and they are doing a lot of work right here in Nashville.
Mhm.
And they've got classes. They've got 10 teachers now. So
Do you teach for them?
I don't teach for them, no, but I support them. I have a charity called Music for Life Alliance that kind of supports all the grassroots organizations like that are doing something
Oh, that's
to get
awesome.
instruments to, well, especially to kids. But this is, you know, really special what they're doing
Yeah,
for the vets. It's
that sounds amazing.
worth looking up. Yeah, Guitars for Vets.
Yeah, I will check that out. Thank you
Yeah.
for mentioning it.
And let's see. Oh, we should look up some more comments. We had
Yeah.
said that we would respond back, and I can't see it quite so well here.
Here you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Allison's left hand is not visible. Oh, that's intentional. No,
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
That's right. She doesn't want to give away
Yeah, I don't
all
want
of
to give
her
away all my
secrets.
trade secrets.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
I can move. I'll move closer.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right. Yes. And somebody had asked about. Yeah, I had a little surgery, and I had. I strategically combed my hair here so it covers it. So it's pretty
Oh,
good. Yeah. So
sad.
it's recovering great. Is the answer to your question? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
My first. Just a little non-invasive skin cancer thing.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that'll happen to blondies.
Is it from being blonde?
Yeah, I think so.
They did say it's fair-skinned people.
Yep.
Yes. So it's my first. So
Oh, it's good that
yeah,
you caught it.
but yeah, easy piece of cake. So
Good.
if you have to have one done, yeah.
Good to know.
Well, let's see. One more tune, or do we have some other greetings and
There's some
questions?
other-
Hello.
There
Yes.
you go, you can scroll.
Okay. Yeah, all
Now
right.
we'll grab another
Yes,
banjo.
greetings. Oh, Bunny's here too. Great. Yeah. And Michelle. Oh, okay. We just have some very nice comments that how important the music is. One lady for her mother's memorial service was just this morning,
Oh.
and so she's just enjoying hearing this as a wind down. So
Oh.
thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
It's I've sometimes wondered if I should continue doing these Monday lives because it takes just a big chunk of my life out. It takes
That's
like
a
1/7 of my life. It feels like but it's nice to hear if it's important to people. Then yeah, okay, I'll continue doing that.
I think you should. I know it's a big commitment, though, and I applaud you.
Oh,
'Cause
thank you.
You've been really good about keeping it going, and it's not easy. I'm
Yeah.
sure every Monday to broadcast out there.
Yep. And
Yeah,
there's one Monday where I'm going to have to pre-record or do something because I will be on an airplane at that time on my way to Paris.
Really?
Yeah, so that will be
Paris?
the day after Easter.
Okay.
So-
are you gigging in France?
I'm going to be doing a live stream from there though, so I'm going to announce it pretty soon. We're going to set up the stream and get that up so people can watch. But there's an independent film festival there, and I was asked just to play in the showcase. So I figured, April in Paris, there's an
Ah,
excuse.
quelle chance. That's
So my
great.
sister's joining me since Brian is still down in the Bahamas.
Fantastic.
And yeah, we'll have a little.
Do you parler français?
Je parle un petit peu français.
Ah, très bien.
Hey, vous parlez
C'est
français
bon?
aussi?
Oui, je parle un peu.
Oui. Okay.
Okay.
I've got to practice
Next time
that.
you have to bring me.
That's all right. See, my sister does not so fluent in French as you are, so there we go.
You don't know. I know a few words.
Well, let's see. Should we finish off with wheels?
I think that'd be great.
Okay. And then the rest of your comments will
Oh,
we'll
I'm
go
gonna
ahead
try
and
to
text
get
you.
my
Okay.
neck in the shot a little bit better.
Okay.
I can't tell if it is or not.
Okay. So Chet Atkins taught me this one. This is. I always think of Chet when I play this. Did you
So,
know Chet?
I didn't, but I'm jealous of you for knowing Chet. I mean, because I wish I had. He used to own this building.
He did.
Yes.
He owns so many buildings in
Mhm.
Nashville, in Music Row area.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this was one of them. Before, I think he sold it to the Glazer brothers, and then of course this studio is where the outlaw movement in country music was born. This was their headquarters,
Wow.
and so, yeah, this was basically the room that changed Nashville in terms of the first platinum-selling record in country music. Crazy, right?
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
Compass Records where we are right now. Downtown.
Yeah.
Music Row, Nashville. Yeah.
Yeah. John Hartford did steam-powered aeroplane in this room.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep, and a lot of great records. Waylon Jennings recorded "Dream in My Dreams" right out there past the moose. I don't know if anyone can see the moose, but
Okay.
yeah. Anyway,
I'm going to go touch that spot on my way out.
I know I will too.
Well, Chet would have loved to have known you. So, yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had.
Okay.
What is rattling today? I don't know if you find your instruments are like reacting to the season.
Oh, yeah.
Mine are just like going crazy. Like my action keeps going down.
Yes, well, the nylon string, it changes with any little breath of temperature. You know, if I breathe out, it changes the temperature and the strings will change.
Yeah, good practice for that banjo when you get it.
Yeah. Oh, you think I'm going to get a banjo? I see.
Could happen. I got a
Could
few
happen.
around
Oh,
here.
no. Okay.
Maybe I'm that flat. Hold on a second. Maybe it's all me.
Okay.
This is where the
We
the
could
tuning jokes
consult
have
the
to come in.
digital.
Muriel, apologies. I don't know what's going on here. It's me. Probably making it sit on the chair.
Well, if you're not careful, I'm going to tell a banjo joke.
Go for it.
All right. So, how can you tell when a banjo player is out of tune? Her fingers are moving.
Oh, there you go.
Ba-dum-bum. Okay.
But you know, Muriel,
Yes.
the banjo is a divine instrument.
It's a divine instrument. How so?
Man plays it, but only God knows why.
Oh no! Oh, see, I'm a wee bit off here too. Believe me, this is going to be worth it.
I hope so. I hope I don't. And we have one message that says, "Move the computer." I can't tell if that's "Move the computer to the left, please."
Computer to the
It
left.
must be the phone, the camera to the phone. The camera.
Oh, let's see.
So,
Oh, okay. Should we?
So-
We can just get cozier. How about this, so you can see us both?
that's what we look like.
Okay. Well, thank you, Allison, for joining me this Monday.
Thank you, Muriel.
Yes.
Super fun.
Okay.
Enjoyed playing with you. That was
Yeah,
great.
we'll do it again.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so.
Soon.
Yeah. Let's see.